Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, live from Harlem in New York City for a brand new year. This is Alex and this is the Ramble. Guess what? We finally did it, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm so pleased.
This is Lori Thompson and she's at sea.
That's right, I am. There's something magical about that term, at sea.
Yes. You know, you're doing a 3-month cruise.
We are of South America.
Yeah.
We're covering all the hot spots and the lukewarm spots.
Yeah,
so
but wait a minute. You're there's the ocean in back of you. That's proof, okay?
Yeah, we got it. And it's so nice on an afternoon like this, when you just got the breeze and you can just look and just ogle the nothing.
Yes, and you're going to be there for 2 weeks, and then you're going to go back to Florida.
Yes.
For 2 weeks, and then you're going to join us in California, and then you're going to take a plane and meet the boat somewhere else.
Yes, yeah. So I'm so jazzed for San Francisco.
Since their Wi-Fi works so well here.
Good.
You know, it probably will maintain that quality throughout the entire trip because you're probably using Elon Musk's Starlink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it's been effortless this time. Previously, it was not effortless.
Yeah.
It was like, hit, miss, blah, 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 blah. But this has been smooth.
Well, Zoom uses a kind of a low amount of bandwidth. Yeah. So chances are you're in pretty good shape where you are, and no matter where you'll be in the world, you'll be using Starlink.
Yeah.
So you'll be in Africa, and we'll see Africa, folks.
We see the rains down in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your husband doesn't mind you taking out time from the trip to do these little get-togethers?
Oh, gosh, no, he's taking a nap.
Your husband, we should tell the audience, loves cruising.
Oh, my gosh. He's a lobbyist for cruising. I mean, it caters to every aspect of him that likes planning, that likes exotic adventure, that likes it's his milieu.
Yeah. And what kind of suite do you have this time?
Well, the thing I like is headroom.
Yeah.
Because I get claustrophobic if I don't have the headroom.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have the suite. I don't know what the categories are, but it's a pretty great suite.
Yeah.
And I was thinking if he's asleep, we could go watch him sleep. But
well, no, in future adventures here, we'll look at I'm sure we'll see the suite.
The amenities.
Yeah. We were going to take a suite. We took a suite and we took the lowest suite because the next one would seat 4 people and we didn't need that. Okay.
Yeah, you don't need all that room. For me, it's all about headspace. I like the high seat.
And butler service.
Oh, and butler service. Yeah, it's like, it's 3 a.m. and I would love a kiwi fruit. Yeah, we met, his name is Bill Sharon. Bill Sharon is our butler. So, I'm trying to think up ridiculous things that I've never had just so I can order them.
Yeah, but he's a butler for a few other people too, isn't he?
I think so, like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You should have all 4 or 5 of you call him at the same time and see what happens.
Well, see, you slip him a 50 at the beginning, and you jump to the very top of the list.
You get to the top of the list. Oh, you tip him ahead of time?
That's what has worked for us.
Yeah. Supposedly on this tour we were going to take, which was Virgin, there was no tip. We just didn't tip,
Yeah. That's kind of a policy. And then sometimes we'll, take a 20% tip off the top, and you'll pay that at the end, which is fine.
Yeah.
It saves all that petting.
Well, of course, we never went on our cruise.
But Ben, you will. I would make it a shorter one, like maybe 10 days max, because frankly,
ours was a 10-day. Ours was going to be a 10-day.
that's a good time frame.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little intimidated by the 3 months.
Yeah.
Because that's just like, wow, I'm moving, and I'm leaving my home.
Do you know there are people who actually live on cruise ships?
Oh yeah, there are books written by them.
Yeah, they're older and wiser, I guess, and they just decided, what the hell,
Well, wiser is a relative term.
Yeah.
But yeah, people that do it, and it doesn't cost them any more than living in retirement.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but this has been good. It's been lovely and streamless, just very streamlined.
Yeah.
And we like it.
Yeah.
We flew into Miami from Mary Esther, and then stayed there one night.
Yeah.
And then the next morning it was time to cruise.
Wow.
Literally.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We were going to go to Athens and stay there for one day, and then we were going to get on the boat, and then get off the boat. And I decided, I told our travel agent, give us another night in Athens, because I didn't want to get off the boat and get on a plane.
Yeah. Because, man, being rushed is the worst feeling in the world.
Right.
And you don't want that when you're on vacation. You want to not worry about anything.
Yeah. So anyway, this cruise is literally 3 months long. You're getting about 2 weeks off from it.
Right.
Okay.
2 weeks respite.
And you have a deal. You have a deal with your husband that if you don't like it,
I do. I'm out of here. And don't believe me. People will give me grief, but it's just like you can't when you're married, and this is all new to me.
Yeah.
I'm 65, and it's still new.
Yeah.
And if you're married, you have to speak up, which I had difficulty doing, saying, I like this, I don't like this. So I'm just learning to say.
Well, what I would say, see, all I care about is that we can do these every week.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing them from Africa in a while,
Yeah.
Because the boat goes over to Africa. I hope and I pray that you don't have to stop in Venezuela.
Well, we're just not gonna. We're gonna dive overboard, and we're gonna swim to the other nearest continent.
Yeah, but that's a big deal. If you had to, are you going by Venezuela?
It was prearranged that we'll come closer than most folks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we've been really following that situation, which we probably wouldn't have otherwise. It's like, okay, political unrest abroad.
Well, wave at our new state, okay?
Yeah. And I waved at the Gulf of America as we were leaving. But it's been different because usually we take a cruise and they attend to all the political mayhem.
Yeah.
But we've been looking at this one, just like what to expect, and you can expect a lot of different mayhems on a cruise.
Different what?
Oh, just different changes, different alarmist political situations.
Oh.
And it's the first time we've been on one where that's a big, big factor. The
Really?
Venezuelan thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're safe pretty much, and we go to Greece, and Greece is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, did they tell you ahead of time there may be some political problems along the way?
They said expect changes and expect to monitor the situation.
In other words, they might take the ship and face it in a different direction just to get away from something.
Yeah, right. They're very responsive that way. I would say.
Well, they have to be. You're just tourists, for crying out loud. You don't want to be part of an international incident.
I know. It was just,
who was that guy in the Mediterranean that they dumped overboard?
I know.
Remember that?
Yes.
I vaguely can remember his name, but I can't right now.
Ben, there are so many like names du jour, like of the past that we've had to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being kind of a topical show, and they'll say the name like on a game show or something, and you'll go, "That was the guy who,"
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah.
almost put it together.
Yeah. Well, they dumped a Jew overboard. Yeah.
You know, that was so whimsical of them.
Yeah. How many people are on this ship that you're on?
750.
That's all.
I know. See, we do nothing with a Ferris wheel. That's all.
No, nothing. Well, I don't want to go with anything with a Ferris wheel. Marjorie always, when I say we'll take a cruise, she says, "How big's the ship? How many people are on it?
Well, see,
Are our children on it?"
Yeah, that's what we love about like Azamara. I mean, I hate to bump it all the time, but it has been to our liking since the beginning. Not a lot of kids. They're not anti-kids,
Yeah.
but there are not a lot of them.
No, yeah.
And it goes to the places we like to go. Rick actually knows some of the people by name, like the attendants,
Yeah.
because we've been on several Azamara.
Yeah.
So the more, if you find a cruise line that you like,
Mm-hmm.
then stick with it, and pretty soon it will kind of, what's the word? Evolve to you, because you'll find out how it works, and you'll just really, enjoy yourself, and they will be the one you go with.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, but man, we'll look up Azamara. I mean,
Yeah.
Marjorie won't like the fact that there are kids, but you say there aren't that many kids.
Oh, I haven't seen one kid. Like I say, I hesitate to say never any kids.
Well, you can always throw them overboard.
Exactly. We've been doing our, reps.
I'll
And-
tell you. They have this ad on TV with Drew Barrymore and some British guy for I can't remember the name of the cruise line, and on it they have a swing that goes out over the side of the boat.
Now, see, I like
And
that.
I like that if those kids fall in the ocean, that would be entertainment.
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to get on a swing that goes out over the side of the ship?
See, now I'm twisted, Ben. I would like that.
You would like that.
I would like that, because there's something about flirting with disaster and then pulling back at the.
Yeah, well,
right-
your attitude is, if I'm going to die, let me die this way.
Yes, let me die having fun and taking risks.
Yeah. Now, I noticed the railing in back of you. How
Yeah.
high is that railing?
It is only,
Because they don't want people, jumping out of there.
no,
You
and
know.
it's 5'4". I'm 5'4", so.
Oh, and your camera is zooming in on it. See?
Is
There
it
we go.
okay?
Yeah.
So, and it comes right here, so I would say it's like
Okay.
4 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm always a little afraid of not having a high enough banister.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Yeah.
That's why, because do you always feel compelled to the edge? Like when I'm on the top of a building, and even if there's a barrier, I'm always kind of just like, you're
Yeah.
going to go overboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a startling compulsion.
Yeah, of course. Because you're a sick woman. That's
This
the
is
reason
true.
why. But now let's talk for a moment about sustenance.
Okay.
Food. How's the food
Oh,
on it?
man. That, to me, that is the big selling point of a cruise. Just the groceries. They have buffets. They have like 4-star restaurants. They have any array.
Now, when you pay for your cruise, does that include all the food?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And all the beverages. I mean, we don't drink alcohol, but they have all the
I
beverages.
think beverages on Virgin, they gave you the first drink for free.
Oh, this has everything.
They didn't want to give you the booze, because that's an expensive item.
Oh, yeah. And there are people, then, that come to drink. That is their reason for taking a cruise.
So you got a
to
bunch
come.
of drunk people on the cruise.
You do not as much here. We haven't noticed any, my favorite word, mayhem. but I don't see people drinking.
I mean, the worst thing
that.
about having all the food you can eat is that by the end of the tour, you won't be able to get out of your suite.
Right.
You know?
Greetings aside.
Now, if you want to eat in your cabin, you just tell your butler, here, I want you to go to this 4-star restaurant on the boat and come back and give me my food.
You can do that. Now, being from the Midwest, I feel that's a little obnoxious, so I haven't done that yet. But we can dine at any of the high-end restaurants that we want.
Yeah.
Because of the sweet thing, and it works. Man, it's working so far.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're going to have 3 months of eating on that boat.
I know. See, I think they should have scales in every room, because otherwise, it's so easy to have 4 desserts.
Yeah.
I've got my trim figure still going on.
Yeah. You froze up there for a moment. It was the first time in this whole thing that you froze up.
Good. Yeah. So we know we got a strong signal.
We got a strong signal, but you froze up for a little bit here. Yeah. But
that's so unlikely.
Yeah. So let me see here. So we talked about food. Food's very important to me.
Ben, it's so amazing, and they'll do any specialty you want, gluten-free, kosher, anything you want. You just tell them.
I don't want any of those things. Give me glutens, give me fats, and give me pork, and give me...
That's our bumper sticker. Give me glutens.
Yeah, and give me non-kosher. I don't... I could never go kosher. My business manager is kosher.
Yeah, and what does that mean exactly?
Well, what it is, they really, if you think about it, back in the history of Jews... There was probably one Jew who went, boy, is this making my stomach feel bad. But what happened is that in the old days, if you weren't kosher, the food could kill you. Pork, trichinosis. They say lobsters, things like that, were considered filthy fish.
Trafe.
And it's called trafe, yeah. And in the old days, of course, it was important that you remain don't eat trafe, because it could kill you. All right. But in this day and age, it doesn't matter. I mean, they make sure the pork doesn't have trichinosis, and they make sure the lobsters are good, and that they aren't down there for red tide or whatever it is that causes lobsters to be poisonous. So it changed,
Yeah. Well, so my friend Tori, she's a radio person in San Francisco, and she was very kosher.
Really?
And we went out for sushi, and there were bottom feeders. You can't do bottom.
It was nothing she could eat practically.
No, it's just like, well, I think we have some salmon.
Well, I asked my business manager once, I said, you've never tasted lobster. I said, how could you go through your life without tasting lobster? And he said, this is the way I was raised, so I don't miss it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's just, if you've never had it, how can you miss it?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, he's completely kosher,
Yeah, I admire that discipline.
Yeah.
Because it's like anything. It's like if you go the keto diet or anything, if it becomes a commitment, then it's not that hard.
Well, if you've been raised to be kosher, then you're used to it. It's just something you do.
Yeah.
And in his case, man, he's like big time kosher, but he also loves food. He cooks, he goes to the best restaurants, all of that. When they're away in Europe, they go to the fancy restaurants, the 5-star Michelins. I don't think there's a 5-star Michelin. I think 4-star. 4 stars, I think, the highest they go.
Yeah, not 2 stars.
I know they say on your boat you've got 4-star restaurants, but are they Michelin? No, I don't think so.
I don't know that they're Michelin.
They just say they're a 4-star restaurant.
Right. Just throw that around. That's just something we amateurs
But it
around.
sounds to me like the food's terrific,
We have no complaints at all about
Now, do they have shows on there?
Yes, this is where my husband and I differ because it's Vegas style entertainment.
Yeah.
Like last night
Mhm.
was Brit Pop. So, and they're very talented people. They're only on this cruise. There are only about 7, and they can dance, they can sing, they can do all that.
Yeah.
None of which I consider entertainment. I mean, it's like, give me Jeopardy 5 times a day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but they're talented people, and they tend to be young, in their 20s, 30s. Sometimes they're lifers, but there are people in Vegas style review.
One of my fondest memories about you is that we were in Norway, I believe it was. Where did we go for the Olympics?
Norway, Lillehammer.
Lillehammer. And we were sitting in my room, and we found Jeopardy. But unfortunately, it was Norwegian Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And you were answering the questions correctly, and you don't know Norwegian. How did you do that?
Ben, I just look at the shape of the words, and it's like, oh, it's got to be.
And you were answering the questions.
Yeah. That's like, I have always concentrated on the shape of words. It helps you with exits. It helps you with everything.
You know, the one thing that's pissing me off lately, though, on Jeopardy?
What?
Final Jeopardy, okay,
Yeah.
is terrible. It's too difficult.
Yeah, and they waver, with that. It's either simple, like, my mom, or, some formula for, DNA.
Yeah, but I mean, they on YouTube, every week they post a week's worth of Final Jeopardy, and I never can answer them anymore.
And they become, well, you know what, I think Jeopardy went downhill, and I love Ken Jennings, but when they started doing those Tournament of Champions, it's all Tournament of Champions, Second Chance, and that's all it is now. There's nobody new on Jeopardy.
Oh, okay. Because I don't watch it daily, so I don't know that. But my problem with Ken Jennings, I can't get over the lisp.
Does he have a lisp?
Watch it carefully. He's got a very pronounced lisp.
Well, he's so smart and so quick. That's what I love him.
Mm-hmm.
And especially since the woman from Big Bang was on for a while.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that was just not. It didn't work at all.
Really?
And yeah. Oh yeah. And so, but they've done this Tournament of Champions, so you can't get an original Jeopardy with just average shows. It's always like so and so, and there are a bunch of people I can name them. Michaela. What is it?
Boy, you must be bored on the ship already if you're watching every
Jeopardy, every variation.
Do they have Jeopardy on there on the ship?
They don't. They have something called CTV, SEA, and that's good. And then they have a number of average movies.
Yeah.
That you can watch.
And then you can see the front of the ship where you're going and stuff too.
Oh yeah, from the bridge. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then, and then they have a selection of movies, and then they have something called the Daily Show, which is the cruise director and the assistant cruise director, and they're bantering, kind of like Mary Hart and what's his name.
Well, but is there any regular TV on there?
There's a little bit, but it's not.
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
I know, it drives me nuts.
I want my TV shows, for Christ's sake.
I know. And so if you have the good internet package, and you have your iPad or you can access.
Or you can from your iPad, you can access all the like Netflix and things like that.
Yeah. You just have to have those codes.
But you can't do it on the TV screen.
No.
You can't lie in bed and watch Netflix, and that does not make me happy.
Well, you know what? I think you can if you have like all your Netflix sign-ons and all that stuff, which I don't travel with. Now, my husband may, but you can get on Netflix. You can access Netflix, but it's got to be but you have to have all that stuff in your pocket.
Now, my last question, because we're running out of time here. My last question is, you're stuck on a boat with your husband.
Yes.
Are you driving each other crazy yet?
It's only been the second day. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, because I'm just wondering, with Marjorie and I, if we spend some time on the ship for like 7 days, 8 and 10 days, would we be at each other's throats?
Ben, I won't story to you. It's a challenge.
Okay, you'll keep us updated on how that is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Rick's a nice guy. He's a great guy.
He's a wonderful guy. He does everything well that I don't do well.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be married to someone, might as well compliment.
Like handle money. He handles money well.
He handles money well.
Obviously, because you're taking a 3-month cruise.
Right. Right. He's the one that, had a really astute mind about him, so we could play in our retirement.
You know what? Let me just say this quickly before we go. And don't worry, folks. We're going to see her traveling all around the world now because we know we get a pretty good signal. You froze up like just twice in 25 minutes, and that's good.
A bon vivant.
Well, if you were just moving in a car, that would happen more often. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're in good shape, But
Okay.
no, what was I gonna? I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Oh, we were just talking about marriage and how you marry someone with strengths you don't have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've never had strength in handling money, so I now have somebody handling my money.
That's good.
A firm that handles
Yeah.
money. This week we attack Venezuela. And I made $15,000 in the last 2 days.
80. Yeah, same here.
I can't. I keep trying to spend it, and I can't. It just keeps replenishing. It's like sourdough yeast.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Find it's fun. You got it.
Well, listen, this is going to be great because this is going to be like I'm going to be on vacation with you.
Yes, I'm so jazzed, Ben, because I've tried to make it work before, but this time it was smooth.
Yeah, well, every now and then I'm sure it's going to freeze up because there are certain things of going from one satellite to the next and stuff like that. But have a good trip, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, we do. We will.
Let's plan on doing this every Wednesday, same time, same station. And then when you're out there permanently at sea, after we do San Francisco, we'll probably see some very interesting ports of call.
Yeah, I'll take you out into the wild, into the cities with Wi-Fi, and we'll just
for the fun of it, turn your iPad all the way around so we can see what's in front of you there, not just the ocean. Okay, but the in front, so that we can. Oh, there. Oh, wait a minute. Where do we go? Don't drop it in the ocean.
I won't. I know. I thought of that.
we need that iPad. I'm sorry. We do. Anyway, let me say goodbye to you, and we'll see you again next week on the Traveling with Lori Thompson.
Okay, Ben.
Thanks, Lori. Love you, sweetie, and my best to Rick. And I guess I have to stop us here from recording.
Well, we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Oh, yes, there she is. And we got her on the boat, too. That's the good thing. So this means that we'll be able to get her like all the time, hopefully, because what it is they're using those Skywaves or Sky whatever that Musk owns, and they're all over the world, okay? So apparently we're probably going to get the same kind of picture that we got today. And it only froze up a couple of times, and, when Brian Neary is driving down the road, we lose it at least twice. So, it's pretty good, pretty good. I'm very happy with the way that's working. I think that really we should let all these people in here because they're going to want to talk tonight, and this is our first show of the year, And this means that we're going to have a lot of people to talk to about a lot of stuff.
Wow, thanks for the shout out.
Huh? Yeah, well,
Thanks for the shout
yeah,
out.
well, although I was saying you break up as you drive down the road, but she broke up less than you do.
Yes.
So that's
but that's the Altamont Pass is very, very difficult. So thank God I don't live there anymore. Oh my God, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
You see that guy said when he died, what was that all about? I think of the same thing. The year.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy year.
But anyway, so Lori looked pretty good from out at sea,
Yeah, it was a perfect picture.
So we'll travel around the world with her. What the hell?
Isn't that AI? She's really at home in Miami.
I was thinking of like taking a shot of her picture and then removing her and then putting me, using it as my background the next time I'm with her. But
Oh, that would be good.
that would drive her nuts, so I don't want to do that. Anyway, so hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to a new year.
Yeah.
Thank God, whenever New Year starts, we say to ourselves, this is just the best.
This has got to be
because
better
we
than
get to
last
we
year.
get to reset, right? Wrong.
This has got to be better than last year.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? We're how many days in? 7 days into this year, and already we're in trouble.
I don't know. So we own Venezuela. We're about ready to take Greenland. I mean,
Yeah, but then
Ready for another 20-year war?
in seriousness, I think he's going to go after Cuba next.
I don't think he's going to go after Cuba. He said he's not going to go after Cuba because he feels it's about ready to fall on its own.
Well-
And he said that.
Okay, I don't follow the news that close.
I know you don't, obviously. No, he
I
wants.
don't know,
He
it
wa-
was just the thought that Cuba, Maduro didn't trust his own military to protect him, so they hired Cubans
Yep.
to protect Maduro.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of weird. So of course now their oil is not.
In fact, the
coming in.
people who got killed with that invasion
Yes.
were all Cubans. Most of them are Cubans.
Yeah, what about all the other people that got killed that nobody talks about?
Civilians that got
Well,
killed.
that's
Yeah,
the way it
they
goes.
have
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I'm just saying they have a lot of video of these destroyed apartments and stuff like that, and they don't mention any innocent people that they blasted through just to get this guy.
Yeah, yeah. But, they didn't mention the Cubans that we killed.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay to kill some Cubans,
Well, I think what's worse is what's happening today is this outright lying. I mean, we always see the lying, but there's there's film, there's factual, and it just gets pounded over and over again. And Christy Noem's talking about this whole incident that happened, and it's just ridiculous.
First of all, I for the fun of it, I went over and watched Fox for a while. And they had somebody on there who was saying, well, already the mayor of the city was out there ready to make light of this thing and talk about it and, tell the ICE they have to leave. And they haven't even gotten the information on what really happened. And then somebody who was smart enough on this news program said, yeah, but Christy Noem jumped on top of it before she knew anything. She hadn't even seen the video.
Right.
I still don't understand. I've heard they said they're going to stop a couple times, but I don't understand how ICE can walk around with fully masked and
Well,
not being able to identify themselves. You cannot do that.
First
you
of
cannot
all,
do that in the U.S.
We voted in California against that.
yeah, well,
If you walk into like you had a Louis Vuitton or something geared up like that, security's going to kick you out. They're going to call the police.
yeah. Well, look, we all know that this whole thing is terrible and has been terrible from the get-go. And it was only a matter of time before it was going to wind up becoming a disaster. And in this particular case,
Than murder.
what?
So it can't be more disastrous than murder.
Well, this was, from what I saw, I'm an eyewitness, okay? I saw the video. Okay, so
Me
I'm an
too.
eyewitness.
Three
So
or
are
four.
you. So are all of you who saw it today.
Yeah.
And from being an eyewitness to that, it looked to me like this person was absolutely murdered.
Yeah.
It
You know.
didn't, to me, as sort of an expert, it didn't look like she was trying to run over anybody.
She was
No,
looked like she was just
avoiding
she was
people.
just
She
trying to
backed up
get she was
avoid
just trying to get away.
Right.
To get out of the line of fire and everything else. And
Yeah.
when she did that, somebody accidentally was like almost right in front of her, but then moved out of the way and decided, well, I didn't like her coming at me, so I'm going to shoot her.
That was another
Well,
ice
'cause-
car. She was letting the other ice car get away, go
Yeah.
around her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that part of it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what they said. It
He-
was identified as an ice vehicle that went around her.
Was it cold?
Then when
Is
they
that
got
how they
shot.
could tell? I'm sorry.
He already drew his gun.
Yeah, he had
And
his
then the
gun
first
out.
shot, let's say that happened to be because he was afraid and just reaction, whatever. But then he shot 2 more shots as she's trying to get away,
And
or as the
told me-
car is
He
moving
didn't
away.
shoot
And
from
tell
the
me-
front. He shot from the side. He was in no danger. When
He shot,
Yeah.
he stuck his rifle or whatever it was he had right through the window.
Yeah.
So I would ask Alan, as a former police officer, I was watching it and I said to myself, that whole procedure was wrong. They got out of the car.
Yes. I
They
agree.
walked right up to the car without identifying themselves.
Yeah.
She had her arm out the window. What was he? Would you?
How
have
was
done
he
that?
in
Would you-
danger?
as a cop, would you walk up to the the driver's side door like that right away and not identify yourself and then expose yourself to danger
No,
like that?
absolutely not. It's a good
It
way to
didn't
die.
look like that to me either, and I'm a
Yeah.
lay person.
That's right.
I have been stopped by cops 100 times in my life.
Well, of course,
and
you're
every
black.
time they identify themselves immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
They come
Cops
up
just say,
before
"Hey,
you.
Brian, what's up? Yeah, how you doing? Okay, just drive home safe." And they usually let me go.
Yeah, well, you're
That's
white. That's why.
Unless you're
But
with
he's
Charlie.
got a ball holder in the DeLorean that he's got. That holds his bottle of scotch up. So don't hit any bumps and knock
Yeah.
your bottle over. No,
Well,
you know, this thing today was a real mess. First of all, I mean, to me, the cop he got out of the way of the car.
Mhm.
Good boy. His brain was working. Now, how was his life still in danger when she's driving by? I don't get it.
well,
Is
he
he
shot
trying
her.
to save people going, in the
yeah,
next?
she
He
was.
shot her. She couldn't drive.
You know what happened was
Oh.
she started driving, and then she was trying to kind of get around everybody and out of there and get out of the middle of the action. And this guy came up to her, went around the side of the car, stuck the rifle in the door, and started shooting.
Yeah.
You know,
But even if that lady was saying, "Fuck you guys, I'm getting the fuck out of here," and jumped on it, they still can't do that.
Yeah, you can't use lethal force just because you want to. You're supposed to be a reason.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to be in danger.
Has to be more than just a reason, but that's we'll get into all that
Well,
stuff.
they
but
were
it's
they were
just-
talking today on Fox was constantly trying to excuse this thing, right? And one of the things they were saying was that they were talking to one cop, and he said, "Well, you know, our job is to make sure the public doesn't get hurt." And so they did that to prevent the public from getting hurt. Well, wait a minute, who got hurt? Who got killed?
Yeah,
The
one
public.
person got hurt was her.
Here's the problem, okay, as I see it. The problem is these people who are with ICE have no real training. Any boob can become a member of ICE, especially an out of work, unintelligent person.
And
Anybody.
You have.
And
Oh,
a
sorry.
When you're
primary
mass-
carrying card.
Wait a minute, what were you going to say, Brian?
Oh, I'm just saying, and like my point before, when you're masked up, man, you're a lot more tough. You
Yeah,
know.
because they can't see who they are.
Yeah, that's
It's like, you know, it's almost, I get the feeling this guy was waiting to use his gun at some point.
He
You
shot
know?
her on the side of the window. You see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to say what I'm thinking. That guy had bad aim. This is on Trump. 47
Yeah,
days
yeah.
of training. He shot her like a dog.
What did Trump say?
40. No, she's a domestic terrorist. Really? You?
Oh, yeah.
fuck. he should get cancer.
She's
I tell you, I can't take this.
Yeah, she's a domestic
Yeah.
terrorist.
Shot her on the side of the window 3 times.
How was this cop's life in danger?
Oh, Alan, how'd you vote for
Nobody's
this piece of
life in
shit?
Let's say for a moment that
He wasn't in danger when he shot her today.
let's say for a moment that his life was in danger. He
was,
still
so he
doesn't
stepped out
have
of
to
the way.
shoot his gun to protect himself.
See, this is as bad as somebody points a gun at you and wants to rob you, and you take the gun from him, and now your life is no longer in danger because you have the gun, and you turn around and kill the guy. It's murder.
Well, I got to tell you, you got to remember this is the same area where the what do you call it happened 5 years
What
ago.
ICE is getting
Yeah,
away with.
George. What's his name?
George, yeah.
But
And in that case, they threw the book at that guy.
Yep.
So you're living in an area where they're going to throw the book at this guy, whoever he is. They haven't said who he is yet.
Oh, they got his name out, Alex, in his face. It's out on the web.
It's
My
out on.
brother showed me, yeah.
No, but is it
got
something that was
robbery.
officially released or somebody?
I think my
found-
brother says it is. So this guy's gonna have to pack up and fucking leave. Goodbye.
Well, no, he better
They
not.
should go
He's not going to be
over.
able to leave. He's going to spend some time in
No.
jail waiting for his trial.
And
Oh, no, and
You know
they're
what
going to move
bothers
him
me?
to Iceland.
that's not funny. Come on. You know what bothers me though? 47 days of training. You're right, Alex. These people. How many cops did? Why? My brother said, "Why are they covered?" It's like the fucking Nazis. We're
Yep.
living in an alternate universe with this guy.
Because they're
Yep.
afraid. They're afraid that people will find out who they are and start
Yeah, they're
bothering
the
them
Proud
and their
Boys. That's who
family.
they are. He's
The
little
Proud
shit
Boys, I
dicks
agree.
who he let off probably.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's why they claim they wear masks. Well, wait a minute. The police don't wear masks,
Exactly. How come they're not wearing masks?
but the police are better
47 days of training
are
for these
better
doctors.
trained at this sort of thing. Nobody that was trained with you, Alan, would have even thought of shooting into that car under those circumstances.
Unless Alex Bennett was in the passenger seat.
Well,
That's
then it would be excusable.
But you're
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
You're right, Alex.
and then he comes out without an investigation, Trump, typical Trump, to divide the country and say, she's a domestic terrorist. You should fucking drop dead. He already has this lady convicted. Tell Phil he's a wonderful dictator.
Well, I got
Him and
news for
Hitler
you.
should be together.
Driving around ice, okay, and trying to get out of that area does not come with the death penalty.
I don't think Phil would defend.
Yeah,
what
he
happened.
would. He's an idiot.
No, he's not an idiot.
We
Well, he
don't
voted
know.
for it 3 times, so he must have
Phil,
lost his
Phil
brains.
wouldn't defend it.
Have you talked to Phil yet?
3 votes for this guy.
Huh?
really?
Earlier.
Did you talk to him earlier today?
I did.
And what did he say?
We didn't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
You're not
All
talking
right.
about it. She only got a blame.
I was
But,
gonna ask
but
you
I
what
know,
Phil thinks of
but I
McGraw.
know Phil well enough. First of all, he's not an idiot. Second of all,
For
he
voting
was-
for him for 3 times, I think he is.
I know Phil well enough, but I know him well enough to have him make an excuse for what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't
part
think
of
he's
the
going to
prob-
say it was right, but he's going to make an excuse why it happened and why she was at fault by moving her car.
I don't think Phil would do that. He doesn't. We don't have all the facts. None of us have all the facts.
We have one fact, and this is a very good
She's
fact.
dead.
No, she's dead,
Yes.
and we have the video of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
That's gonna go against
and
that
somebody
cop
was
if
trying
they
to
can
say,
figure
well,
out
we
who it
don't know
was.
what actually went on. What do you mean we don't know what went on? We saw what went on.
Exactly.
Right,
No,
it was
because we
video.
can't believe what we see anymore until he tells
Well,
us what to
look,
believe.
I would agree with anybody who says that just because you have a video of something doesn't mean it exactly happened that way, because there are
right.
extenuating circumstances
That's
and
right.
things people are saying to each other and so on. But that's not the case here.
No.
The case here was just absolute premeditated murder.
Remember what he said, Alex? I can shoot somebody in the middle of Times
Oh, yeah.
Square and get away with it. And they feel they can do anything, these yahoos.
Can you
Well, they
believe
feel
that?
they've got this ICE badge, they've got the gun, they've got,
That's right.
and they've got what they consider the authority, and you don't agree with me? I'll shoot you dead.
But you know,
Yes,
the,
it's
the
a-
mayor, what the mayor said. I listened to the mayor's speech, and the mayor's speech was really good. You know, he's
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
they want us to riot, they want us to be,
You're doing a
go
picture.
crazy over this incident. We cannot do that, or then they're going to start doing martial law or whatever. Start getting all the troops there or whatever. So that's a really good thing that
And
mayor
she
is
had a
actually
6-year-old,
really good.
Brian.
Well, he was very good
The
too.
mayor is smart. He got out in front of this right away.
I'll tell you, the best thing he did today was get the word "fuck" on national television.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Good
that
for
was
him.
wonderful.
Real
and,
emotions.
and also bullshit. But fuck is the big word. That's
Yeah.
the big word. And what's funny is he would say it. They would show him saying it, right? You know, and don't get the fuck out of our city. And then on the lower third, it would say F dot dot dot.
Good. Because you got a 6-year-old kid now who's an orphan because you
Yeah.
got a bunch of idiots.
I haven't heard who she was. I didn't get that far into the news
He
tonight.
had a little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
They identified her.
And how old is the kid?
6
6.
years old.
Kind of like 6,
Oh
yeah.
God. Is that
Well, he's going to
sad?
be rich 6-year-old pretty soon.
And it could have been that, I mean, I don't know the circumstances, but that she wasn't there to demonstrate. She just wanted to get her car out of there. You know? So,
It's if you've ever been, I've been in the middle of a riot that I drove into accidentally. I mean, I didn't drive into anybody, but I turned down the wrong street that the police were getting ready to block, and I just wanted to get to the freeway. I was in San Francisco. The reason why they wanted to block it is there was a demonstration of Latinos. This is like 10 years ago, and I had no business. I should have waited for the police and gone 5 blocks down. I got surrounded by a lot of people, and I got to tell you, it isn't exactly fun. You fear for your life. Now, I didn't have a way other than my vehicle to get out of the way. I didn't have a gun. Of course, they all had guns, but I wasn't going to roll the window down and say, get out of the way or I'll shoot you. I just drove slowly and honked the horn, and people moved out of the way. I did the right thing, and I got going.
But you know what I would say, Alan? Because you were properly trained, not in 40-something days, with a gun, went through channels to get, you
Yeah,
had
in California,
the
it's
mindset
about
somewhat.
6 months. It's about 6 months in California.
Not 40-something
training.
days, and here you go.
well,
Like a
you know,
bunch of-
when you're a policeman, when you're a National Guardsman, you go through extensive training,
Absolutely.
you know, and you're told, you know, when
You don't see the police doing this. Once in a
Oh
while,
no!
things happen.
Oh no! You wouldn't. You never see the police do this. You did
Because
see the
they're
police
better
do it.
trained.
Well, what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd was a police thing, okay? But that wasn't with.
racist cop.
But that wasn't with a gun. That wasn't
No,
with
he
a
stepped on
gun.
his neck. That
Yeah.
fucking-
He was a racist cop. He had a history in his books of being racist, and the department should have fired him long ago. And
But
I'll just say they handcuffed this guy. What was his name?
Yeah, that was the guy
George
with the
Floyd.
bum cigarettes.
They
That was the
handcuffed
real
him, and they put him in. He fought to get into the back of the car because he was scared and high on drugs. I'm not excusing all that.
No, we understand
You know,
what happened there.
All they had to do was get him back out of the car instead of forcing him into the car. There was no reason. There were 4 cops there. Take him out, calm him down, let him get his breath, and say, "You're going to jail. This is what you're going to jail in." The guy's handcuffed. They could have sat him down next to the tire of the vehicle, and it would have been, everything would have been calm. He would have got calm. He would have gotten in the police car, and they would have taken him to jail. Instead, they want to fight this guy. And the guy's like laying face down saying, "I can't breathe." Well, there's a reality there. When your hands are pulled back and you're handcuffed, it pulls these muscles here, and it makes it hard for your lungs to inflate and deflate. And a lot of people, they tell you if you have to put somebody on their chest, to handcuff them, turn them back over so they can breathe.
And that you were taught that prior to the George Floyd situation.
No, a long time ago,
It wasn't
40
something
years
that he
ago.
suddenly said, "You better
No.
do this" because of what happened in Minneapolis.
1980 is when I went to the academy. I was taught that. And, we practiced handcuffing each other and knowing that you can't breathe real well.
What I really didn't like was I didn't like what Trump said. Okay, I didn't like what Kristi Noem said.
Oh, we see him.
Oh,
I mean,
those
she didn't even see the videos yet, and she's making that comment.
Everyone got the talking points.
Well, I mean, the best thing you do in a situation like that, if you're Christy Nome, is you go, well, we don't know exactly what went on. We want to get all the facts before we accuse anybody, and we want to have the full body of the law be used.
You sound like you're making a lot of sense, Alex.
Well, that's how you answer something like that. You don't immediately go, hey, they were rioting or whatever. The fact is that the mayor had every right to say what he said when he said it, with just what he had seen, because he was trying to calm the populace. And he was also trying to put ICE on notice. You better stop even going in the streets of this town, because you aren't responsible enough to be able to do it. Yeah. And
I guess what surprises me is the gangs and stuff that ICE are going after are probably well armed. What surprises me is they're not shooting these guys.
Yeah.
Or getting into gunfights with them or whatever.
Well,
the gangs at Home Depot?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is he? Are you watching?
What gangs are you talking about?
I don't know.
There's no gang. There's nobody at Home
Roosevelt
Depot.
Day probably rounding them up. Those are called the fucking day laborers. Really, I don't know what they're watching.
Well, I mean, they're going after people that they feel would possibly not have papers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
And of course, people who are going to stand in the parking lot looking for work at Home Depot are probably without papers. All right. So if they want to say, hey, show us your papers, show us your right to be here, then they have a right to, I suppose, do that. But they don't have any right. I don't think they should be allowed to carry guns. They should be allowed to carry maybe tear gas or whatever that might protect them on another level. But having to carry guns for this?
But he keeps using bullshit excuses for all the actions he takes. So he's saying he's getting all these murders and all these people off the streets, and they're coming from these countries that are undocumented. And he's getting the guy who helped me unload my U-Haul. In June, so it's like,
and it's always
really?
It's always Democratic states, Alex, because he's always trying to maneuver it to divide people. This is his key to the midterms. I got to show that the Democratic states are all fraudulent, have all the illegals there. But the guy is a total shitbag from the word go. There's nothing true in him. Other than lining his
well, I'd like to see. While we're at it, I'd like to see Melania's papers.
Yeah. Is she even sleeping with this guy, you think?
I know.
Oh, are you kidding?
Would you sleep with him?
Yeah, would you sleep with him?
I don't even want to sleep with myself. I didn't want to sleep with him.
That's okay. You probably wouldn't want to sleep with
Alex,
me.
how horrible of a person do you think he really is?
I think at this point it isn't a question of how horrible he is, but how much his brain has gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of speeches he's giving these days are just absolutely beyond the pale,
Even Hitler gave better speeches.
Hitler wasn't crazy.
Hitler was younger.
Right.
He wasn't crazy in the same level that Trump is. Trump is
different type of crazy.
He's lost his memory.
I sent you guys. There are a few doctor people out there. I sent you guys some stuff, and these guys, like every single speech, those guys are like watching him and seeing him, and they actually can see that what they were supposed to say and all this stuff, and how he's talking and how he's slurring a little bit and his posture, everything is just saying he's dialed in. By 2026 will be his last year ever of living.
Do you think so?
Only the good die young, though. I don't know. I think he's gonna kick. So.
Well, shall we start a Deadpool?
Let's do it.
I said that last time.
I never did one before.
Deadpool, you just have to.
Hoping he goes.
Well, in this case, we'd have to figure out. Usually, it's like who will die this year.
I like that.
But if we're assuming that he's going to die this year, then we have to pick a date. And the person who's closest to that date,
we put $1 in each, and the closest date takes this.
We'll donate it to St. Jude's, Alex. My mother, I donate to that. So.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just.
I hope he does. If he does die, just imagine if you went, because I listened to the radio overnight. 10-10 wins. I pray, like if I heard, breaking news, Donald Trump has died, and said, I think I would be so happy. It's better than not my mother not getting me like a superhero figure.
Yeah, but look at what happens. Look who's president.
I want him to die though.
But look who's president then.
Yeah, but it would be like Venezuela. Everybody would be in the streets celebrating.
That's what I think. I think fine. It'll be like a national holiday. Nobody will do anything that day but celebrate.
You know, it's interesting with Lori. If you heard the interview I did with Lori on the ship, the thing she talked about was that the cruise ship, the cruise line, told them ahead of time, we may have to change our course, and we may have course changes during your cruise.
Oh.
And the reason being that, for instance, they're going to have to go around Venezuela as an example. You know, so
Well, it's
there's a
hard to
lot
take a
of
ship
other
like
cra-
that
there's a
through
lot of other crap going on out there. Okay, you know.
Were they going to stop in Venezuela?
No, they weren't going to stop in Venezuela. Are you kidding me?
He said go through Venezuela.
But there's ships in the ocean that I don't
He's-
think
yeah,
they want cruise
they have
ships
to
going
go
through
around,
these battleships.
Well, I'm
And
sure
on your
Trump-
left, everybody, on the bow side, there's some.
There's
Trump
a
will
Russian,
justify
Russian
it.
oil tanker that now belongs to the United States. You know,
Right.
Oh, and here comes
this
a
guy,
boat coming through.
this guy, among other things, has stolen from another country, has kidnapped somebody from another
That's right,
country.
the husband and wife.
You know, and we could go on and on all the things
And he
that
wants
he's
Greenland
done.
again, Alex. You hear that? He's going to get Greenland again. And Dum Dum Rubio is sitting here talking about it.
I don't know how he's going to get Greenland. First of all, have you seen pictures of Greenland?
I see, I had the old risk game. It's the big piece on top. I'm like, Greenland looks big on the game board.
It's very
It is
big.
big. Remember, like,
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
But
Snow
nobody
and ice.
lives there.
he was going to say, there's nobody there at all, right? There's nothing there.
You
He
know.
wants the, what does he want? He wants the
Rare earth minerals.
yeah, that's my brother saying, yeah. The rare earth up there.
Yeah.
He's like minor 49 in this guy. He just wants to loot and steal from him like a fucking pirate.
Well, our old friend Bree is here.
Oh.
Is he paying attention to us? Oh, is his microphone
He's
on?
doing an impersonation of Trump falling asleep.
Yeah.
Did he get his Trump phone? Remember the Trump phones? They're still coming. Everything is coming.
You guys, my goodness.
What's wrong with what we're saying here? And if you really cared to fight about it and to talk about it, you'd be living
What's
here,
wrong with
okay?
You
Yeah,
know,
that's true. I'll be right
I'm not interested in, Trump's relationship with Melania. And you guys always follow every red herring and canard that's thrown out.
No, he made. To begin with, I didn't bring it up. It was Tony,
Yeah, and he left already.
and now he left because he knew you were going to call him on it. Probably,
He's probably going to apply for the sleeping position next to Donald Trump.
I don't care about Melania. If I want her to suffer, she's suffering enough already.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, did anybody watch the the Kennedy Center honors?
Oh yeah, the highest rated ever.
He said if he didn't get higher ratings than Jimmy Kimmel, that he would never do another one.
Oh, well, thank God.
Well, he got lower ratings than Jimmy Kimmel.
Good.
Yeah, so
He got much
Jimmy
lower.
said to
Who
pay up.
performed? I thought everybody pulled out.
what
Everybody quit. Yeah.
what did you
everybody
what did you
pulled
say? What did you say, Kevin?
That Jimmy said on the other night. He said, "Pay up."
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
That was last night or the night before he said that. I saw
it
that.
was terrible. I watched it tonight, some of it, as much as I
I
could.
watched it. Yeah.
It was terrible. To begin with, they didn't have the same ornament around the people. They had the stupid metal,
Yeah, they changed it.
which for
They
all
put
we
the,
know
uh,
is, yeah.
Put the rainbow stripe on the metal itself and took away the rainbow stripe on the.
Well, let's go back to the rainbow. What was
ribbon.
wrong with the rainbow stripe?
Probably was LBGTQ.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
I think
too
we're ready.
LGBT.
No, it just looked too much like LGBTQ XYZ, and they didn't like it.
Oh boy,
He didn't like it.
it's amazing what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's
It just, I don't know. I just, when I see what went on in Minneapolis today, when I see what's going on with the way we're dealing with the rest of the world by hijacking it and by kidnapping And by stealing their natural resources, I mean, we've been stopping Russian ships, oil tankers, and diverting them to the United States and taking the oil off of them.
Called piracy.
That's called piracy, you know. I mean, what else is it? Let's ask Bree. What else is it besides highway thievery?
John Gotti.
It is. Well, look, we've been doing these actions many times before, and yet you didn't see quite the amount of media coverage going in this direction because historically, the legacy traditional media would be controlled, and so the narrative. So the reason why she sticks to that and why they don't give you everything you want is because as soon as if they open up a little teeny bit, that will become a million stories in the
what are you talking about? Where the
world.
thing in Minneapolis was concerned?
It's with every single story that comes out or comes forward. And the one way that they redirect you is he says Greenland. He just has to say, like, he has certain things. He can just say it, and immediately everybody will be, oh, what's over there? And then meanwhile, there's a bunch of stuff going on over here that you don't even see.
I think Alex was talking about the ship.
The thing,
Huh? Yeah, the ships, the Russian ships that have been hijacked, literally.
Right.
And also Iranian oil tankers.
I don't know that those were. Most of the time.
What do you mean they were? Absolutely, it was in the news today.
Alex, do you? Okay, are you a shipping expert? Do you know
Trump
how ships
has said
flat?
that they took
why
them.
They're flat?
No, he said he took them.
He definitely took
all I'm
the
saying
one
is
Venezuela.
It's very common that we don't have all the information. I mean, it's fun to speculate.
No, we have all the information he tells us, and that is that they took these ships because they had Venezuelan oil on them, and they didn't want them getting to Russia or to Iran.
Most of the time, I think it would serve his interest if he would just say, "Look, this is." Too complicated for me.
What he is doing is against maritime law. It's against maritime law.
We never ratified. Again, here.
No, you don't know what we've ratified or haven't ratified, so don't bullshit us.
He's still talking about Kennedy.
You're saying I don't. What's UNICLOS?
What?
What's UNICLOS?
I don't know what UNICLOS is. Maybe Santa Claus's brother?
Yes, that's right. All I'm saying is we never mind.
The irony of the whole Venezuela thing is that we have kidnapped the president of another country because he supposedly broke U.S. law, and yet we have the president of the United States who has broken 34-time felon who has broken U.S. law, and we don't do shit to him.
Yeah. Explain that one.
We do.
No, we didn't.
We have done things.
Oh.
He has not paid one iota for any of those felonies. That's all put on hold because he got reelected.
To a large extent, yes, but that's our
president of another country out of bed at night to bring him.
But Charlie, let me ask you this: is Trump the first president to do that?
The first president to be convicted of it, yes.
I don't know.
No, I mean,
wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Venezuela.
I don't know of any other president who has ever kidnapped a president from another country.
Noriega.
Noriega? Yes, you were
Should
right
I go
about
on?
And I was not for that with Noriega because the reason why they arrested the reason they arrested Noriega is he wouldn't go along with the United States. He wouldn't do our bidding. And who was president at that time? Does anybody remember?
A Republican, of course.
What year was that?
Was it a Republican?
Wasn't it 1996 or something like that?
No,
Noriega was earlier than that.
It was not under Carter.
Was it Bush? More?
It was either Bush or Reagan. I think it was.
I think they said it's the second time in history that the president has started a war and gone in without the approval of Congress. And Panama was one, and now Venezuela is the second one.
And Bree, it's
That's
fun.
wrong. And it was George H.W. Bush. But the thing is again, it's fun to speculate. It's fun to opinionate. But there are a lot of things that are happening that, if you think
Just because they've happened before, though, Bree, doesn't mean that they were right then and they're right now because of that guy, somebody else doing it.
1990 under George W. Bush, the first.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Bree.
Right.
Sorry I interrupted.
But okay. Another thing. How many U.S. soldiers were killed during the operation which brought Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela to the U.S.?
None.
Isn't that a little odd? Don't you think that if we were bombing all these things and having this big deal, isn't it a little convenient that he quietly and quickly came to the U.S.? How could that possibly be?
Obviously, there were Venezuelan people helping them.
It goes back a lot longer because most of the cases, most of the people, all the people in leadership have basically been vetted and approved by us. And if you get out of line and if you don't play ball, we basically call the chips back. He was probably put in by the U.S. in the first place. I would not.
No, he wasn't. He was put in. He was put in by what's his name, Hugo Chavez.
Right.
Yeah. Silence?
I don't know.
It was Hugo Chavez.
I just know that he came out pretty quickly and quietly, and that seems unusual to me.
Well, I guess what I want to know is the gal that actually won the presidency, why are they not putting her in power?
Yeah, they're lying about her too. They're saying she's unpopular. She had a 70%.
I don't know. Her and Trump seemed to be getting along until she got the Nobel Prize.
When she got the Nobel Prize, she, because she didn't say what Trump wanted her to say, which was,
right.
I got the Nobel Peace Prize, but I'm turning it over to Donald Trump. That's what he wanted to hear.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what he wanted to hear.
That's why the soccer team gave him the
FIFA prize. Yeah, he got the FIFA.
That was a joke.
Well, what was the thing you put up, Brian? Brian, about
oh yeah, something about that he did that, and then he's the one getting the Peace Prize. Yeah, for
the
it.
FIFA.
Because I think
Venezuela lost the World Cup
that was good,
in soccer, and then the person who won the FIFA prize attacked him.
Yeah, that's so funny how so many memes and all this stuff pop up so fast. And he had that makeshift room, that he watched all this stuff in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
trying to be like Obama. I remember when he had his.
He put up black sheets to hide the room behind him.
They had pictures, and I don't know if it was true. I was trying to see if the images are really there, but they showed phones there, like regular landline phones, and they weren't even plugged in. There was no cable. I don't know if that was made up or not, but it was pretty funny. Wow. But yeah, these guys are clowns. My God, and when all of them spoke after, oh my God.
What's so ridiculous is he wants the Nobel Peace Prize, and he's bombed 8 fucking different countries this year.
Yeah.
Just this year.
Yeah, and he, I love how they show all the stuff that he blasted Obama about and the wars, and I'm going to be a non-war president and all this stuff, and then look at him.
It boggles my mind. Okay. And I don't blame anybody who feels the same way I do, because not because they agree with me, but because it is strange. So anyway, it's really something, and I don't understand it, and it makes no sense to me. And I'm not a fan of Trump. Do you get that idea? But I don't think that he should be attacking countries without first talking to Congress or going through what he has to do.
He's not attacking countries.
Huh?
He's not attacking.
What went on?
What happened in Venezuela?
What happened in Venezuela? Didn't they attack Venezuela? They turned off all the electricity in the country, and they started bombing it.
They bombed the whole city. And that's an attack.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't think that. I would not call that an attack.
Would you say it's a
But
hostile?
here's provoking war.
Would you say it's a hostile?
Wait a minute. What is an attack? But dropping bombs and missiles on a country that didn't ask for it.
Why couldn't he just drive
killed civilians?
I mean, Venezuela didn't attack us, but he attacked them.
Yes.
But
his excuse and Baby Rubio or whatever he calls them, their excuse was that because they're leakers.
Yes, you can't tell anybody because he doesn't trust nobody.
They can't tell Congress because people in Congress will leak it. Well, that's the game you have to play. And there's such a thing as security, and chances are they won't. You know.
Well, that's his way of saying, Alex. If we go to Congress the right way, they're gonna go against me, and I'm not gonna get what I want. So I can't.
But that opens it up for anything that opens up for anything. Trump can do anything that he's supposed to get approved through Congress or anybody. He does not have to get approval for anything now because they can say, "Oh, just like this situation, there could be leakers."
Well, also, what does this say to China? What does this say to Russia about China's involvement in Taiwan and what's going on in the Ukraine? How can Trump now go and talk to Putin and say, be a good boy because you haven't been? You know? How are you going to tell China, don't go after Taiwan because, quite frankly, you're not one to speak?
I think he wants them to go after him. I think he likes that. He wants them three to rule the whole world.
No, it's totally different, but to a large extent, China and Taiwan would they would already be reunited if China would just put down the military aspect. From an economic and social scale, they've sort of been connected for many years anyway. There are more marriages between the two countries. There are students. I read that there are more Chinese students, or there were, in Taiwan than there are, people living in some countries. So the relationship is already there. It's just that you see every society, every country has different divisions of people. They have people that want, people who are macho, want war, and, people that want to, eat food all day, and there are people who want to go hiking, people that like bicycle. And so what you're focusing on, what the news focuses on, are people who love politics and they love hard power more than they like soft power. If you talk to cultural people, they'll talk more about the soft power aspects, but the hard power is more interesting because it's greater conflict, people potentially die. So let's always bring that up as an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people within China who also operate that way, and there are people within the U.S. who also operate that way. But so it just depends on what you look at, and then why we can go to one or not go to another. I think that you're right, that it does take away some of the ability to say, well, then therefore you shouldn't do this. But ultimately, I think the reality could be, if I know that Denmark said if the U.S. takes Greenland by force, then NATO is dissolved. Well, if that's true, then essentially what they're allowing is Russia to sort of walk over completely. And so Russia will take Europe, China takes Asia, and the U.S. gets, all of the Western Hemisphere. And that's, so if you're a pundit who likes politics,
that's what I think he wants, yeah.
Trump wants the West. He doesn't care what happens to the East.
That's exactly it.
There's also another question. Will he stop here? Let's say he goes after Greenland, which, quite frankly, I think is a stupid idea. But let's say he goes after Greenland, and let's say he gets it. What's next? Is he trying to change the whole nature of the Western Hemisphere and have us own every inch of it?
Well, it's the greed, right?
Yeah,
what does he want those? He wants those because of minerals, because of oil, because of all those things. So he's just looking at like a game.
Yeah, Marco Rubio today said that we wouldn't take Greenland by force because we're not bullies. When he said we're not bullies, I had to pull the car or the van over, and I couldn't stop laughing. What island did you come from? Well, he's gonna be the president of Venezuela now for a while.
Yeah. We're going to
Why
run.
him?
Well, you know something? We haven't even started to run Venezuela. And secondly, who should be the president of Venezuela now? The woman who
Marco
won.
Rubio.
No, the woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Absolutely.
I would agree with that. Yeah, she should have been reinstalled. And it looks like they've got the nephew of the Shah of Iran, who they want to put back in Iran now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That'll go over like a
that worked out so well.
Yeah, that worked out real well for us. You know, that's the reason why Iran hates us. They still hate us to this day for the Shah.
Well, that's why we hate them.
Yeah.
They won't.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, and the Shah was horrible. He was just terrible. He was a horrible dictator. And, you know, so.
And Trump wants to be just like him.
Yeah. So I wonder what other kind of this week was in 1 week we've had 2 major incidences. Wonder what the next one's going to be.
And it's only the first week of the new year, pretty
See,
much.
only the first week of the new year.
Yeah.
That's the part that gets to me. Like, where are we going to go from here? What's the next big whoop?
Well, the next step is he's going to cancel the elections this November.
Yeah, because we're in war. Yeah.
Because we're in war. Yes.
Yes, I will predict that. You heard it here first. Trump will cancel the elections this November.
Okay, well, we'll remind you when he doesn't. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if he dies and we know he's really dead, can we have like a pop-up show?
Yeah, really. The pop-up was good.
Well,
I don't care what time it is.
Okay.
It's 3 a.m.
But if they do say he's dead, I want something on television where they put a mirror up to his nose.
Oh, yes,
Okay,
he's
just so
done.
I can make sure he's gone. But what happens?
Leave the mirror in the coffin so while he's lying in state.
You see Phil at the funeral throwing himself on the
Well,
coffin.
this guy, I believe, knows how to be a dictator. He knows how to get to be a dictator.
He's got the power to do
The
it.
trouble
Right.
with Vance is I don't think he even has that ability. I don't think he knows how to run a country. You know, I mean, there's a certain ability of Trump to know how to run a country, even if it is into the ground and away from a democracy, and push it in a different direction than it's been since its inception. But he does know how to do that. Vance has no concept of how to do that. Vance has no idea how to run a country.
But what Vance has is he is a lot smarter than Trump.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember, this is also a guy who's
Being
claimed to
smart
fame.
can sometimes get you in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, his biggest problem is he's the author of a book called Hillbilly Elegy. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he owned a company out here and everything too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how smart Elon Musk is and what trouble he got into.
Well, Musk is still doing pretty good.
Tesla stock's doing good. I don't know.
But Tesla's not doing as well as a Chinese electric car.
Yeah.
Is.
Ravian or
I want to ask a question. Do you know the Starlink Mini? I've heard that you can get $5 unlimited. It's slow. It's only like half a megabyte per second, but it's $5 a month unlimited. That's pretty good. I'm thinking about
I hear they work in toilets too.
Well, we used Starlink today on this program. That's how we got a picture from Lori on a cruise ship.
Yeah, it was cool, right?
And outside of the fact that she was in a certain kind of light that made the picture blue, I
was worried that I would get sick on a cruise ship by some virus or some food thing. It happens all the time.
Oh, yeah, cruise ships have gotten... There's been some pretty horrible things here.
Look, your body is prepared for it. You've been eating sushi for 20 years.
And technically, aren't you like in no man's land? Like there's international law and they can do anything and there's no repercussions?
The captain of the ship is the law.
Is he the law?
He's the law.
So if I get sassy, he can throw me overboard?
No. He'll push you in a wheelchair overboard.
Yeah,
Captain Stubing will come down there.
I mentioned to Lori tonight.
So he's the Trump of the ship.
Yes, at the risk of being a little bit repetitive, what I told Lori, there's this ship. I don't know. Drew Barrymore does an ad for it, and they've got they've got these swings that go out over the water.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, why? I mean, why would you do that? I mean,
They have water slides that go over
They
the
must have
water.
nets underneath. They
Huh?
must have nets.
you think they've got nets? didn't see nets on
They
the
have
ship.
to have nets.
I
No,
think
I
they
don't
probably
think so.
strap people in and they've got them.
Oh,
I
that
don't
could
know.
be. Yeah, they strap them in.
Yeah.
They're strapped in pretty well.
But I mean, come on. I mean, I'd like to see those water slides go into the water, but unfortunately, they don't. You know.
Hey, Alex, how's your mayor doing? Has he like cut all the bus prices and all that stuff? already?
No. He's taking. It's going to take him time to do it. He has to get it
They've been in
approved.
office a week.
Yeah, but he's doing a few things.
Trump said he'd fix everything in a day. So come on.
Yeah, how did that work out?
Yeah, I mean, all Mondani has said from the very beginning was when the day he gets into office, he's going to try and get these things in starting to work or getting in place. But he never guaranteed them because he's got other people he has to go through to get them. So he's not going to say to you, "We're going to do it in a week or 2 weeks," you know.
Before we get
How
off,
about,
Charlie.
Huh?
Bernie AOC in 2028.
Bernie AOC?
Oh my God, Bernie's getting too
Bernie's
old.
too old. No.
Yeah, he's getting too old.
Well, I don't think Bernie's gonna,
Isn't he the same age as Trump?
Oh yeah, he's
I think
older.
he's older. He's older,
I
and
think
he's
he's
and
older.
he's got his wits about him more than Trump does.
I like him.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, what's not to like? He's
I
too
like
old.
Bernie.
He's
I think his heart's in the right place. It always is.
Yeah.
yes.
Because he's Jewish, Tony.
The thing I'll tell you, the thing I like about him is the same thing I like about Mondani. Mondani has in no way misrepresented himself. He constantly doesn't go, well, I'm a democratic socialist, but what this really means is. No, he goes, I'm a democratic socialist. Get used to it, And all it means is that he's going to handle the problems of the city with a socialistic attitude. And I have nothing against that. I'm a socialist, and not a democratic socialist. So, I mean, what?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
What are you going to say?
We're almost off. I just wanted to know if Charlie's going to root for the Eagles or the 49ers.
I hope
Steelers.
the 49ers,
I'm going for the fine.
I want a tie. You can't have
There's
a
no tie in playoffs.
Well, I'm glad we talked sports because now I can keep my sports Emmy for another year.
Yes.
But anyway.
Steelers.
What?
Are you a Pittsburgh fan?
Steelers.
Go up there.
Turn around third.
Okay, well, it's
They are
time
the
to
team
go
of
to our.
destiny.
There's our theme. You hear it?
The priest used holy water,
Oh,
Oh yeah, in Pittsburgh, yeah.
and the kick.
Made him miss the field goal.
God is a Steelers fan.
okay, well, our sports show will go on later tonight. I'll just leave you guys
Where's
on.
Damien?
Huh? Anyway.
Where's Damien?
Yeah, where's Damien? Anyway, thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it tonight for you joining us on the first show of the year. Same with you, Alan. Kevin, all the way up there in Oregon now. Yay. And Brian, good to have you here. He went to Hawaii with his daughter. Took his
He
daughter.
doesn't have a
without you.
tan.
Huh?
He doesn't have a tan.
Isn't
They
that
sunscreen this time.
sunscreen, yeah. Did you put sunscreen on? Did you have her put sunscreen on her
I
too?
was just going to say you were under the covers the whole time.
No, I was on the beach.
You were
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
beach,
Thank you so much, Tony. Good having you here. And of course, Bree, we always like having you here because you give us an alternative view sometimes. And sometimes you go along with us, and I like that. Anyway, everybody, give them a wave, big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you, okay? There they go, folks. That's our citizen panel for tonight. We'll have another one again tomorrow night. There'll be a citizen panel right after we're through here when Amy goes on. Simply go to gabnet.net, go to the third column down at the bottom. It has her name. Click on it, and that'll get you to her Zoom. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, of course, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice night.